Hello, I'm Tyler Odenthal, founder of ChatWorks, and this is my 2020 agency pricing strategy. This video is for anyone who has a chatbot agency or anyone who is interested in the conversational AI space. So let's get started. In order to get an understanding of where your company should position itself in the conversational AI space, you first need to understand the value you provide as a conversational designer. So I'll be going over the market value of the skill set that a conversational designer has. After we have a good understanding of our value, we can start to formalize a pricing strategy and develop packages. Depending on the industry you may choose in the conversational space, you may just have one package or you might have many packages. And now that you have a pricing strategy, I'm going to be going over some of my personal package examples and chatbot expectations. So what is our value as a conversational designer? In this portion, I'll be estimating the salary of being a conversational designer in the United States. So there's a couple of skill sets and jobs that I think fit into being a good conversational designer. And the first skill set that we're pulling from is the user experience designer. To develop really good chatbots, you need to have beautiful user experience skills like visual communication, visual storytelling, engaging writing. You need to be thinking about how your user is going to be engaging with your bot, so really good user experience interaction skills. And then basic understanding of psychology, primarily empathy. Because if you can feel what your user is going to experience when they're using your bot, you can better shape their experience. The next skill set we're going to be pulling from is software engineering. Because if you're going to be developing on chatbots, you're going to be needing some basic coding skills. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean you need to learn a programming language. Personally, one of my greatest weapons is actually a macro recorder, which isn't traditionally a programming software, but it uses a lot of programming knowledge like loops and if statements. So I do encourage you to learn some logical thinking if you don't go down the coding route, because you're going to be using a lot of critical thinking and logical thinking when you're developing bots. And often or not, you're going to also have to connect database systems and dashboards. So you're going to need to learn how to connect some APIs to your bots. Lastly, and definitely the highest paid salary on the skill set is natural language processing and AI scientists. Now, you don't need a very deep understanding of NLP, but it is going to come in handy when you're designing bigger conversational systems for conversational routing. So understanding things like AI architecture, data cleaning and tagging, and being aware that you're gonna have to be doing a lot of maintenance and optimization. There was recently a project where I had to go through 50,000 photos of birds. So if that sounds like something that you're not up to doing, maybe conversational design isn't for you. Now, if we take the average of all of those job roles and mush them together and call that conversational design, you end up with an average of $100,375 annually. So that means that your agency is worth at least that amount, and ARPU, which is annual revenue per user or client. So now that we've built a good understanding of our market value as a conversational designer, we can start to formulate basic pricing strategies. So I'll just give you mine. It's pretty straightforward and simple. My agency should be cheaper than the market value and support all stages of business. Every bot should support basic NLP and conversational routing. And that means that if someone talks to your bot, it needs to be able to respond. A bot without NLP isn't really a chatbot. So my basic package comes in at about 3% of the market value, and it's for small businesses and startups. The next package is the medium package. It's more for expanding companies looking to do a little bit more with their bots, and that comes in at around 10% of the market value. And then the last package is the advanced package, and that's more for established brands wanting to give personalized user experience to their users. So I'll just be going over the basic package. The basic package comes in at a one-time fee of $500 with a monthly maintenance fee of $250. The one-time fee pays for the bot, while the monthly fee pays for maintenance and optimization. So there's going to be a lot of phrase tagging and retraining. Clients can pay for the initial construction of the bot, but without proper maintenance and care, your bot's not going to get any smarter. So it's kind of like buying a beautiful garden and building it, but not doing the time to do the gardening or buy a gardener. There's going to be weeds and bugs, so that's what you're paying for maintenance. The bots I'll be demoing is Busy Energy and Old Chaps. These are both e-commerce startups looking for lead gen and passive sales. So their bots are going to include 4 buttons, which include live chat. It's more for lead generation. They include conversational routing and basic FAQ. They are trained on 25 phrases and 4 intents. So essentially the 4 buttons are the 4 intents. The 25 phrases go into training the routing for those buttons. Here you'll see the bots go through the social media button, then conversationally route the user to the sales using NLP. It's not very advanced, but it is enough to make the bot feel intuitive. So I feel like it's a very, very good price and deal for those looking for lead generation in e-commerce. And there you have it. The medium package is a little more expensive with a one-time fee of $500,000 and a monthly maintenance fee of $500. This package is for companies looking to do a little bit more than lead generation on their bots. Often clients may want a rewards program or other features to improve the user experience, shifting towards a more service-oriented experience rather than a sales-oriented experience, and this is what that package is designed for. The next 2 bots I'll be demoing is Climbing Bot and Bainbridge Homes. Climbing Bot is a climbing resource and Bainbridge Homes is a real estate bot. These bots include 6 buttons instead of 4. They're starting to build a concept called knowledge bases for the users to interact with. In this case, I'll be demonstrating an API call to construct cards inside of the chatbot. And this type of integration gives live data to the users to experience, which is more relevant to them. So as you'll see here, Bainbridge is going to be accessing our listings, which is constructing cards based on an RSS feed of their website. So the data is always live. And then Climbing Bot is going to access a live RSS feed of YouTube channels. So it's going to get relevant information of any one of those YouTube channels. And this is just to provide a better user experience for users. So the advanced package is definitely the most expensive package that my agency offers, with a one-time fee of $25,000 and a monthly maintenance fee of $500,000. It sounds like a lot, but it's still only 50% of the market value that a conversational designer would cost in-house. This package is for companies looking to do something I like to call personalized user experience, where it isn't about the buttons or features that you can cram into the bot anymore. It's more about giving a personal and genuine experience to that user. The next 2 bots I'll be demoing is BirdBot, which is a vision AI application, and PoliticalBot, which is a political template used for political campaigns in the United States. So at this stage, it's not about the the buttons, like I said. The user with a client within reason can now request unlimited buttons and unlimited turns. It's not really about that. That type of mindset is not going to make the user experience any better or deeper. What will is hundreds of thousands of training phrases, multiple API integrations, and then thinking about the user experience framework really, really deeply and trying to feel what the user wants to experience with that system. It's a big undertaking, but with proper planning, you can eventually end up with something very beautiful. So these bots are going to demonstrate something that's unique specifically to that user. So like when someone sends a photo to BirdBot, no other user can experience what that user just experienced, because that photo is unique to that user. When Political Bot recognizes Kayla Odenthal as a nurse, it responds as such because she is a nurse, and it needs to give a personalized experience to that user. Because we do that in human nature. We give personalized experience based on user context, and I think that's what makes us human. So my advanced package aims to emulate that experience as best as possible. So we got unlimited buttons, multiple knowledge bases and small talk, and then a deeper understanding of user context. And then both of these bots use multiple API integrations to fulfill the user experience needs. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. I'll definitely be watching and happy to respond. Thank you.